Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to make this gorgeous cross pendant. But before we get started, I want to warn you that this is quite a big piece jewelry. Let's get this guy on my beading mat now and we will get some measures. Okay guys, let's measure this pendant. I've got an average size of hand and look how much space this guy takes. Let's put it down and take some measures. So it's about 11 centimeters or 4.5 inches high and 7.5 centimeters or 3 inches wide. One thing I wanted to mention to you that it also looks very pretty from the back, and if you have a double-sided Rivoli, you can make a reversible pendant. Unfortunately, I don't have those Rivoli, so I just had to do this one. If you're interested, keep watching and we will talk about the materials list you need for this project. For this project, you will need Miyuki seed bead size 8/0, Miyuki seed bead size 11/0, Miyuki seed bead size 15/0, and Miyuki delicas size 11/0. All four of them can be in one color, like what I've done here. I used nickel-plated seed beads and they mainly like silver color. You will need 6 14mm Rivolis. I used crystal AB here. Today I'm going to use Rivoli in rose color. You will need 3mm Swarovski bicones. And also you will need 4mm montees. Sometimes they called sew-on rhinestones. They've got 4 holes at the back and it's very easy to embellish with them. If you don't have 4mm montees, I would recommend to you to use 3mm bicones, and I will pop a link above and also in the description box down below to the video of collar necklace where I'm showing how to use montees and 3mm bicones as an embellishment. You will also need your thread, and I'm using my favorite Fairline Knot Point 15 in smoke color, and you will need your needle. I'm using size 12. For the first part of this project, you will only need delicas, 15/0s, 8/0s, your Rivoli, and 3mm Swarovski bicones. Okay, get your materials ready and we will get started. In the first part of our project, we will learn how to make this beautiful bezel of Swarovski 14mm Rivoli. And we will start our bezel from a simple peyote stitch bezel of 14mm. I already have a video on how to make this bezel. It's in the first part of the flower brooch tutorial. The only difference is that I recommend there to leave a long tail. For this project, we will only need a tail of 10 centimeters or 4 inches. If you are an experienced beader and you already know how to bezel a Rivoli with peyote stitch, then I just will give you a quick summary. We start our bezel with 36 delicas, and that's our first row. The second row is that we are going to add 1 delica on top of every other delica. And third row of delicas, when we will fill those gaps between delicas with delicas. At the back, we will add 2 rows of 15/0s, and I would highly recommend, once you finish that, to go with your thread one more round to reinforce it and pull your thread tight so that you make this bezel tight. Then you place your Rivoli in, you navigate your needle to the front of this bezel, and you add 1 row of 15/0s at the front. For me, this is already very good bezel. You know, my Rivoli is not wobbling and it's very tight. If it's not tight for you, then go with your needle one more around your 15/0s at the front and pull your thread tight. That should hold your Rivoli very well inside of this bezel. And also we don't want to cover our Rivoli, we want to show all the beauty of it. That's why we're only adding one row of 50 rows. Once you've done that, I will show you what to do then. Okay guys, welcome back. You bezeled your Rivoli. You've got 2 rows of 50 rows at the back and 1 row of 50 rows at the front. And I hope you went one more round them to reinforce it and also to make your bezel tight. Now look at your Rivoli, and we've got 4 rows of delicas zigzaggy. 1, 2, 3, 4. You need to make sure that you're coming out of the 3rd rows of delica from the front. So at the moment I'm coming out of the 1st row, I'm going through the next delica in the 2nd row and into the 3rd row of delicas. Okay, just like that. And now we are going to add 1 delica between delicas in that row. So I'm coming out of this delica and I'm entering the next delica of that row. Okay, that's what it should look. One more with you, 1 delica, and entering the delica from the same row, just like that. It should look like this, and I will see you at the end of this row. Okay guys, I'm back and I'm about to add my last delica. And if you can, go up into the 1st delica of this row, just like that. Pull your thread. Okay, so we finished our row of delicas and we're coming out of our 1st delica we added, and now we are going to add 8 rows between those delicas. Coming out of this delica and entering the next delica. 1 more with you. Coming out of this delica and into the next delica. It should look like this. And I will see you at the end of this row. I'm adding my last 8 row between delicas and entering delica, and if you can, go through the next 8 row as well. Pull your thread. You should have something like this. Now we are coming out of 8 row, pick up 2 50 rows, 1 3mm bicone, 2 50 rows, just like that. We're coming out of our 1st 8 row, we're skipping the next one, the 2nd one, and entering the 3rd one. Okay, just like that. And when you pull your thread, try to push that bicone in front so that you have it like that on the front. Okay, now let's repeat it. 2 50 rows, 1 bicone 3mm, 2 50 rows. Coming out of this 8 row, skipping the next one and entering the 3rd one. Pull your thread and push your bicone in front. Okay, just like that. And carry on doing that till you get to the end of this row. I will see you there. Okay guys, I'm adding my last 2 50 rows, 1 bicone, 2 50 rows, and I'm coming out of this delica and I'm entering the 1st 8 row where we started adding this new row, just like that. Enter that 8 row, and at this point we need to get rid of our tail. So what I would recommend, place it between your delica and 8 row and make a knot there and just pull it into delica or pull it into 8 row, but then it's going to be really difficult to get rid of our tail. So it's a good time to do it now, and I will see you once you've done it. I don't have my tail anymore and I'm coming out of 8 row. Now go up 2 50 nose and 1 bicone, just like that. Pull your thread. So you're coming out of a bicone. Now pick up 3 50 nose and enter the next bicone. Pull your thread, pick up another 3 50 nose and enter the next bicone. So we're connecting those bicones with 3 50 nose. Okay, another 3 50 nose and into the next bicone, just like that, and I will see you at the end of this row. Okay guys, I've got to connect my last bicone with my first bicone. I've got 3 50 nose on my needle and I'm going into the first bicone and now pull your thread, and we need to reinforce that row by going around it one more time. If you can go twice if you want to. Okay, just like that. And every time you go through bicones and 3 50 nose, just pull your thread tight. It needs to be tight and nice. Okay, just like that. Okay guys, I ended up going more than once around my beads. I actually like to go around them till I feel like it's not possible anymore, and I already got rid of my thread. So congratulations, we bezeled our Rivoli and I think it looks really pretty. So now we finished part 1, and I actually think that I'm not gonna see you for a long time now, because guess what guys, you need to make 6 of these bezels. Once you have all 6 of them, I will show you what to do then. One more thing I wanted to ask you. On average, it takes me about 45 minutes to bezel a Rivoli to this stage. I would be interested to know, how long does it take for you to bezel a Rivoli? And if you don't mind, please put it in the comment section down below. And I will see you once you've got all 6 of them ready. Guys, enjoy beading. It's a lot of Rivolis to bezel. See you soon.